Well, they are stories. No, oh fuck, I tried to put group sex and I almost clicked on game.
Enemy soldiers nearby.
The AT-AT is vulnerable to rebel attack. Protect it.
Let's see.
Mobilize to their uplink.
Put the music on while you're reading.
Who's ready for a little story time?
I kind of want to share the screen on the group chat.
Alright. Group fun.
Group fun.
Nice, should we start reading with him?
Yeah, go for it.
He looked down at her. She had worn the ivory corset, as Caesar had asked. He could feel the ties along her back. His hands itching to release it, to expose him, but not yet. This was her night. He would make it his time. She had also worn tiny ivory and lace panties and thigh-high silk stockings. He took her in, walked her around, watching her chest rise and fall. Her anticipation growing. Her hair was down, wavy, flowing around her bare shoulders. He reached into the drawer and pulled out a blank lace mask and reached around her, letting it over her eyes. She knew what this meant. He would be photographing her tonight. She was so aroused at the thought, so ready to feel the passion she felt when he looked at her. He finished tying the mask into place. He loved the way she looked in the mask. His secret is to share or to keep. He took her hand and led her to the bed, stretched her out the corner of it, one leg slightly bent. The binding of the corset held her waist, pushing her breast higher. He watched as he lifted his camera. He took several pictures and moved to the bed, leaning over her and kissing her deeply. I have a surprise for you, he said, looking into her eyes. If you get uncomfortable, say the word, and it's over. You remember that, right? He said, searching her eyes from understanding. She nodded. He could see the trust, the love in her eyes. He kissed her again, moved away from her. He opened the door and she watched 3 men walk into the room, each wearing a mask.
Oh my god! No!
One of them, she knew even wearing the mask, it was Alex. She smiled when he winked at her. The other 2 she'd never seen before. She looked at Eric, raised an eyebrow and questioned. She gave him a smile. He nodded and returned the smile. Each man began removing the clothing and walked towards the bed, standing around her. Remember the rules, gentlemen. If she says stop, you stop. If I say stop, you stop. Eric was holding her hands.
No, you bitch! Oh shit, my bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This time he was videotaping. Alex moved first. She smiled up at him as he lowered herself next to her. His hands on her waist, he lowered his mouth to her first kiss. She felt the bed tip. No, dip. Feeling another man on the bed, her hands on her hips, her panties being slid off her body. Her legs were open and one of the men settled between them. His mouth covering her in the most intimate of kisses. The 2 men kissing, their mouths both bringing in her pressure.
Fuck.
Their mouths appeared and moved in sync with one another. The bed dipped again and the 3rd man began kissing her neck, looking at the sensation of all 3 men touching lips too much. Her orgasm was hard, fast, and unexpected. Her hips rocked against his skin. With her hands on her waist, holding her pinned to the bed, and she cried for pleasure, muffled by Alex. When she came down, she was sat up. The ties of her corset were loosened, and the garment was removed from her body. The men moved, turning her as they did. She was now sideways on the bed, her head hanging off. She looked up and caught Eric's eye as he filmed her. He was still dressed, but he could see his arousal. She stared into his eyes, knowing that he knew what she was feeling, thinking without speaking a word. He knew her heart like never. She was brought back into the action with one of the men she wouldn't have been watching, who didn't know who moved his erection in front of her. She looked at it. She took it into her mouth. He thrust hard in that position. He drove straight into the back of her throat. Hands were around her hips again. Her legs open, her mouth again. She couldn't crawl out her mouth full. Then the tongue circling her nipple made her unload. She tried to move her body, the pleasure too much, too intense, but so many times she was immobilized. She was so wet,
Rebel
so
bombers are
hot.
making their attack run.
Too steamy, fuck. This is so hard to read.
You make it sound so
This
easy.
continued till her second orgasm rocked her body. She was released, breathless, her body weak, satisfied but wanting more, needed more. All at the same time, she was turning into her stomach. At position on all fours, one of the men moved in front of her. She leaned in, looked at his erection, and took his erection in her mouth. The second as she did, her tongue teased it. She took all of it. Hands on her hips, we were only warning before she was impaled, pushing her close to the man in front of her. As she was filled completely from behind, she felt the other man's hands exploring her breast, her stomach, and moving to her clit. As the man behind her thrust deeper in, he continued to pound her. She could feel all 6 hands on her body. She was completely at their mercy. Her body was so sensitive, so aroused, so aware of each other.
Exposed for long.
Her caress. She could feel both men nearing their release. She could feel their bodies tense. They both stirred inside her, filling her. She swallowed, taking every drop. She collapsed as they released her. She realized the man next to her was Alex. She smiled down at her. He, resting on her stomach, he leaned in to kiss her lips gently. Ah, come on. The man standing next to her leaned in, kissed her gently, and then walked away. The man on her feet moved up, kissing her, and then left. Okay. She laid in line, letting her body relax. This hand moving was a tiny circle.
Come on, don't play any music, alright?
Along her body. She relaxed, her eyes closed and enjoying his touch. She heard the door close, and a few minutes later, the bed dipped again, her eyes open. Eric was now lying next to her. He smiled down at her as she reached up and touched his face. Then he let her put it in for a kiss. Both their hands were now caressing, moving between her legs.
Don't play music, alright?
Both touching her, both holding her. She loved this feeling, loved how cherished she had felt. He broke the kiss and looked across at her and watched the two men she loved lean in. Their lips touched, kiss everything. Oh. She watched her hands race to the touch of her face and shared a long, passionate kiss. It was emotional to see. So filled with passion.
Watch out for rebels.
She turned, pushed Alice back on her bed, looking at her.
What?
As she did, they moved to either side of the Alex had over to his erection. They leaned
Esteban, don't play music! I said don't play music.
As she smiled as she watched Eric do the same, taking Alex and kissing her. What? Tucking gently, doing as she had. They teased and played and shared him. His hands both in the air. He was watching the couple, sucking, staring. Oh god, this is horrible.
Alright, Tony.
Then she lifted and laid against Alex, her back against his front, her head lying back against his shoulder. Alex was kneeling between her spread legs and reaching in and guided Alex's arousal into her ass, washing her face as she adjusted to the invasion. As he accepted him, she took all of them. When he moved, she had relaxed. Eric moved forward, looking at her eyes as he slid into her silky wet walls. She was so wet and so ready, but she called out. The double invasion was so much. She was filled so much, he could lean in and kiss her. Both men began thrusting inside her. Oh my god. She had never been so completely filled with so much of overwhelming sensation. She could process her thoughts. They both continued to try to fill her, to please her. She came fast, her orgasm was so powerful, so hard, so wet, her body shook and so convulsed between the two men as they both spilled into her. She looked up, she lowered her and kissed her, so deeply, so passionate.
Enemies in the area.
She then turned her head and reached out to Alex and gave him the same kiss, then watched two men share another kiss. Single passion she felt mirrored into the kiss. It was a perfect ending to a perfect evening. That's it. Fuck that, I'm done. That's it, like there's literally nothing else left in the story.
Oh my god, alright. I guess I'll go next.
Time to clear my browser, please.
That's how you use incog now.
I forgot I went to incognito.
They fired off an orbital strike!
My turn.
What the fuck?
Don't you think one's good enough?
No.
Dude, a SpongeBob one, oh my god.
Alright, let's do SpongeBob.
No!
Wait.
This is horrible.
An enemy
Shut
bomber
up,
has dropped onto our AT-AT.
Alright, I found something.
Fucking ass.
Highways are targeting the
They're not black.
What? That's well, no homo, but I know your dick ain't black. Oh.
Dude.
Oh, locked it.
Walker has broken through enemy lines and is primed to fire on the main power generator.
Oh my god, it is on.
Ah.
Rebels have harpooned the Walker.
You got where that's spoiled.
No, man. What? How did we lose?
Ah, can be. Fredo, you actually labeled the title of that? Reading your life stories with ELBorracho.
What are you making, really? Because I don't want to get a
Because we get a copyright
strike.
strike because of Fredo's live streaming.
So you understand, right, Esteban?